you are sitting on a gold mine and you're letting it expire. Right now, thousands of San Antonio homeowners are waiting for interest rates to drop before they make their move. And I get it, I really do. But here's the thing nobody is saying out loud. The rates are not the problem. Your house is the problem. You've outgrown it, the kids have outgrown it, your life has outgrown it, and every month you wait, it's costing you more than you know. In this video, I'm going to show you the math, the market, and the move. By the end, you'll know exactly whether now is the right time to move up and how to make it happen without losing your shirt on the way out. So let's get busy. Real quick before we dive in, I get calls and texts every single week from people in exactly this situation. They know they need more space. They love San Antonio. They just don't know if the numbers work for them personally. So if that's you, if you're sitting in a house you've outgrown and you're wondering, can we actually do this right now? I want to have that conversation with you. No pressure, no pitch, just a straight answer. My name is Art Meister. I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker. I hold an SRES designation, and I'm a Vietnam-era Air Force veteran. Helping people make smart real estate moves is what I do. My number's on your screen. The link is in the description. Reach out whenever you're ready. Now let's talk about why waiting might be the most expensive decision you make this year. Why waiting is costing you. Here's how the waiting trap works. You bought your home a few years ago. Maybe rates were lower then. You look at today's rates and you think, I'm not giving up my 3% mortgage to go borrow money at 7%. And that logic sounds solid until you run the actual numbers. Because here's what's happening while you wait. One, your current home continues to appreciate. That's good. But the home you want, that one you want to move to, well, it's also appreciating. Oftentimes faster. So the gap between what you have and what you want is getting wider, not smaller. Number two, the San Antonio inventory in the move-up price range is competitive right now. The homes that check all the boxes, extra bedroom, bigger yard, home office, better school zone, those are not sitting. They move. Number three, and this is the one people hate hearing, rates may not drop as much as you're hoping. Even if they drop a point, prices will likely respond. You might save $200 a month on the rate and spend $30,000 more on the price. That's not a win. The waiting game has a real cost, and most people don't see it until it's too late. So let's do the equity math. Let me show you something real quick. The average San Antonio homeowner who bought in the last 5 to 8 years is sitting on somewhere between $80,000 and $150,000 in equity. Some of you, maybe more than that. That equity has been building while you've been waiting. And here's the key insight. That equity is your move. When you sell your current home and capture that equity, it becomes your down payment on the next house. And a larger down payment means a smaller loan, which means your monthly payment on the new home may be much more manageable than you think, even at today's rates. Now, I'm not a lender. You need to sit down with a good mortgage professional to run your specific numbers. But I've walked through this math with a lot of San Antonio families, and most of them are surprised by how much closer they are to making this move than they really think. Let me give you a real example from right here in San Antonio. I had clients in Longs Creek, great neighborhood, great community. When they bought that home, it was just the two of them. No kids, 1,400 square feet was plenty. Fast forward a few years, 2 kids, both in school, both with homework, both with projects they bring home. Mom and dad are both professionals who occasionally need to bring work home too. That 1,400 square feet, it wasn't a home anymore. It was a pressure cooker. They were tripping over each other, and you know the story. There was no place for the kids to study, no place for a real home office, and everyone was living on top of everyone else. They thought they were stuck because of the rates. When we sat down and ran the equity math, they were sitting on about $140,000 in equity. We sold the Longs Creek home. They put a strong down payment on a Stone Oak home with the space their family actually needed. Dedicated study space for both kids, a real home office, room to breathe, and their payment was more manageable than they ever imagined. They closed not long ago, and the family is thriving. That's not a lucky story. That's what happens when you stop waiting and start doing the math. Are you richer staying or richer moving? For most move-up buyers right now, especially especially in San Antonio? The answer is moving. Signs you've outgrown your home. Let me ask you something. Tell me if any of this sounds familiar. You have a home office that is also a guest room, a storage room, and where Amazon packages go to die. Your kids are sharing a room and you're hearing about it daily. You haven't used your dining room as a dining room in 3 years because it's now a homework station / craft corner / catch-all. Your garage hasn't seen a car in it since 2022. You've Googled home additions twice and then you talked yourself out of it. Here's the truth. You're not being irresponsible for wanting more space. You've earned more space. Your family has grown. Your income has likely grown. Your life has grown. The question isn't whether you deserve the upgrade. The question is, what's the smart way to make it happen? So let's talk about the market. What does your move-up market actually look like in San Antonio right now? Here's what I'm seeing on the ground. In the $400,000 to $700,000 range, which is where most move-up buyers are targeting, you've got good inventory, but the best homes are still moving quickly. If a house is priced right and shows well, it's getting multiple looks in the first week. Areas like Stone Oak, Bernie, Bulverde, and the 1604 corridor are seeing strong demand from families doing exactly what we're talking about, moving out of their entry-level home and into their for-a-long-time home. On the sell side, your current home, particularly if it's in the $250,000 to $400,000 range, is still in demand. First-time buyers and young families are still active in that space. That means when you list, you're not going to be waiting around. The window isn't slammed shut, but it's time to stop watching from the sidelines. Let's go through the mission-driven process. Now here's where I want to tell you something important, because this is the part that paralyzes most people. They think doing both at the same time, selling and buying, is too complicated, too risky, too many moving parts, and it can be if you don't have a plan. That's why everything I do with move-up buyer clients runs through what I call the mission-driven process. It's a step-by-step approach to coordinating your sale and your purchase so you're not caught homeless or holding two mortgages in the middle of the move. We look at your equity position first, then we look at your target home. We time the listing to align with your purchase timeline, and we build in the contingencies and bridge strategies that protect you at every step. I've also put a lot of this strategy into writing. I've written a book on navigating real estate moves in San Antonio, and I have a relocation guide that covers the key communities and neighborhoods where my clients are landing. Both of those are available. The links are in the description below. But honestly, the most valuable thing I can offer you right now is a conversation, because every family's situation is different and the best plan is a personalized one. Look, if you've been sitting on the sideline waiting for rates to drop, I want you to hear me on this. The perfect time to move is not when rates are perfect. It's when your life calls for it. And by everything I've described in this video, if your house is too small, your equity is building, and your family needs more room, your life is calling. Here's your next step. Click the link in the description to download my relocation guide and get a look at the San Antonio communities where move-up buyers are landing right now. Or, and I mean this, just text me or call me directly. I'm a real person. I answer my phone, and I'm happy to run the numbers with you with zero obligation. Again, I'm a Vietnam-era Air Force veteran. I work for Coldwell Banker Dion Harper because that's the place to be in this market. If this video helped you think differently about your situation, hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, and drop a comment below. I read every single one. And remember, who you work with matters. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.